Good day, everyone. We are the Group 4 and we will be discussing learning needs based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But before diving into our discussion, I would like to present to you our objective for this lesson. First is to identify and explain the two categories of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Second is to identify the implications of the hierarchy of needs to education. And lastly, to identify and explain other learning needs. So according to Simon in 1987, learning needs of students based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs is divided into two categories. Now these two categories are identified as the deficiency needs and the growth needs. So what are these two? Deficiency needs are those needs whose absence energizes or moves people to meet them. Until a lower need is met, an individual is unlikely to move to a higher needs. Now basically, deficiency needs are basic needs arising from being deprived of something. This includes the physiological, security, social, and the self-esteem needs. On the other hand, growth needs are needs met as they expand and grow as people have experience with them. It requires people to indulge in activities that are physically and psychologically stimulating and enhances strength and vigor to proceed to a higher level of task. Now, growth needs our needs arise as a desire to grow as an individual who is identified as these self-actualization needs in the hierarchy of needs. Now for the implications of a hierarchy of needs to education, first on the list is the impoverished students who are unable to meet their basic needs such as food and enough rest tend to have a diminished motivation to learn. Second on the list are students who have a lower sense of security tend to achieve less than those who have a high sense of security. Third, growth needs energize and direct student learning. And lastly, true motivation for learning develops only when students see the relationship between what they are learning and their primary goals on rewards and punishments. Now we will proceed to the other learning needs. We have the need for competence, the need for control and self-determination, and the need to achieve. And it will be discussed by the following reporters.
Need of competence. The need for competence fuels persistent, sustained effort and attention, and the determination to improve. It is the reason people generally prefer tasks that are challenging rather than boring or easy. In other words, the need for competence drives the desire to seek out optimal challenges. Competence. Experience of mastery over a task or a particular domain. Competence, motivation is an innate need in human being. An individual has a desire to improve one's capability in performing tasks and enhance skills. Competence, motivation create drive in oneself to master tasks and enhance skills. Competence, motivation is essential in coping with a fast-changing environment. The concept of competence originates from the idea that individuals seek to control outcomes, and this control allows them to experience mastery over a task or a particular domain. Competence is the psychological need to exert a meaningful effect to one's environment. It refers to the innate propensity to develop skills and ability, and the experience effectance in action. The competence promotes the fruitful of challenging and deeply satisfying experiences, and is creation for psychological growth and well-being. Growth and deficiency needs. Maslow separated his hierarchy into two different reaching types of needs: growth needs and the deficiency needs. The main difference between growth and deficiency needs is the change in motivation as needs are met. Motivation increases, our growth needs are met. Conversely, motivation decreases as deficiency needs are met. Growth needs originate from a desire to become better and grow as a person. As a person fulfill growth needs, their motivation increases as their desire to become even better increases.
Good day everyone, and today I will be discussing the need for control and self-determination. As stated in the Bible, man is the steward of God's creation, hence there is need for control and temperance to do what is right to oneself and to others. The Bible defines temperance as emotional restraint or self-control. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but one who has a hasty temper exalts folly. The temperance movement was also important because it was fundamental to the concept of individual choice and responsibility. Taking the pledge was a conscious act that one person did an effort to make himself or herself a better human being. Man continuously strives for competence and autonomy, so us has the right to choose for our own self. In the area of motivation, researchers have described the three fundamental psychological needs that drive human behavior: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. These three needs are core dimensions of self-determination. The concept of self-determination understands that people are naturally curious and seek to have choice in the activities that they pursue. This is the essence of intrinsic motivation, whereby people are motivated to perform based on the inherent enjoyment of the task rather than through extrinsic motivators such as pay or other rewards. There is a variation in the degree of intrinsic motivation, with individuals varying in terms of the autonomy, competency, and relatedness in they experience due to individual differences, situations that either encourage or diminish the opportunity to show self-determination. Teachers may satisfy a student's need for control by encouraging input such as opinions, suggestions, and criticisms, among others, during class lectures and discussions. Positive relationships with teachers can also help a student develop socially enhancing students. Interacting with instructors will have significant, beneficial, and long-lasting effects on both their academic and social growth. Achievement improvement will come from merely enhancing their interaction between students and their teachers. However, children who have close supportive ties with their teachers will perform better academically than those who have more contentious relationships.
So, moving to the need to achieve. So, first is achievement motivation is the drive to excel in learning, thus to experience pride in accomplishment. So, the need to achieve refers to the desire or drive to accomplish something, particularly in the context of learning or academic tasks. So, people with high achievements motivation are motivated to succeed and excel in their pursuit, and they derive a sense of pride and satisfaction from their accomplishment. So this drive to achieve can be influenced by a variety of factors, including personal goals, social expectation, and intrinsic motivation. So ultimately, the need to achieve can be a powerful motivator for learning and personal growth. So for example, a student who is motivated by achievement may set high goals for themselves and in their studies and work hard to achieve them. So they may feel a sense of pride and satisfaction when they receive a good grades or a positive feedback from their teachers. So this motivation can drive them to continue to work hard and strive for excellence in their academic pursuit. So, the need to achieve is a powerful motivator that drives individuals to strive for success and excellence in their pursuits. Next is the need to achieve balance by the need to avoid failure. So, the need to achieve refers to an individual's desire to accomplish goals and succeed in their endeavors. So, however, this need is balanced by the need to avoid failure, which can fear which is the fear of not achieving one's goals or falling short of expectation. So, for example, a business owner may have a strong need to achieve success in their industry. So, they work hard and take calculated risks to grow their businesses and achieve their goals. So, however, they also have a fear of failure, which motivates them to carefully analyze market trends and make strategic decisions to avoid financial setbacks. So the need to achieve and the need to avoid failure work together to drive individuals towards success while also keeping them grounded and cautious in their pursuits. So next is the students with high need to avoid failure tend to avoid challenging tasks. So this need to achieve refers to an individual's desire to attain success and accomplishment in their endeavors. So, however, some individuals may also have a high need to avoid failure, which can lead to reluctance to take a challenging task or situation where failure is possibility. So, for example, a student who has a high need to avoid failure may avoid taking advanced courses or participating in challenging extracurricular activities for fear or not performing well or failing. So they may also choose to stick with familiar tasks or activities where they feel confident in their abilities rather than taking risks and trying new things. So this need to avoid failure can limit an individual's growth and development as they miss out on valuable learning opportunities and experiences. So it is important for individuals to recognize and address their fears of failure and to develop a growth mindset that embraces challenges and sees failure as a necessary part of their learning process. Next is the students with high need for achievement tend to be motivated by challenging assignments, high grading standards, explicit feedback, and the opportunity to try and accomplish tasks as expected. So, the need to achieve refers to an individual's desire to attain success and accomplish goals. So, students with a high need for achievement are motivated by challenging assignment because they provide an opportunity for the students to demonstrate their abilities and prove their competence. So, high grading standards also motivate these students because they provide a clear target for the student to strive towards. So, explicit feedback is important because it allows the student to understand what they did well and what they need to improve on, which helps them to set goals and work towards improvement. So, finally, the opportunity to try and accomplish tasks as expected is motivating for these students because it allows them to demonstrate their competence and feel a sense of accomplishment. For example, a student with a high need for achievement may be motivated by a challenging math problem set that requires them to use advanced problem-solving skills. So, they may be motivated by the high grading standards set by the teacher, which provide a clear target for them to aim towards. So, the student may also be motivated by the explicit feedback provided by the teacher, which helps them to understand what they did well and what they need to improve on. So, this opportunity, try and accomplish the task as expected, is motivating for the students because it allows them to demonstrate their competence and feel a sense of accomplishment. So last, in the need to achieve, is the students who do not want to fail are motivated by simple assignments, liberal grading, and embarrassment due to failure and protection from. So, the need to achieve is a motivational factor that drives individuals to strive for success and avoid failure. In the context of students, this can be seen in their desire to perform well academically and avoid receiving poor grades. So, for example, a student with a strong need to achieve may be highly motivated by a simple straightforward assignment that is graded on a liberal scale. So they may be highly concerned with their reputation and motivated to avoid any potential and embarrassment due to failure. So additionally, if they know that that the assignment is low stakes and that they will not face negative consequence or for failure, they may be more willing to take risks and try new approaches to the task.